Welcome back to the virtual hangar. Today I'm going to show you how to make a mason jar snow globe with your take and make kit. Your kit will include 1 pint-sized mason jar, either one large tree or 2 kind of smaller trees, one of these plastic winter critters, a tube of E6000 glue, and then 1 small bag of white glitter. So the first thing we're going to do is take the metal band off of our mason jar and then get that metal lid part. That's what we're going to glue all of our little critters to. So I've got 2 smaller trees here and 1 small polar bear critter. All you have to do is arrange these on the metal lid and make sure that when you're arranging them, they don't hang over the edge of the lid, or else when you glue them they're not going to fit inside of your mason jar. So we open up our tube of glue. This is an industrial strength glue. It dries completely waterproof, but it does have a little metal seal across the top, so use a pen or some scissors or an X-Acto knife to just poke it open. Once you poke it open, some glue will probably glob out of the tube, but that's okay. Just put it on the bottom of your trees. You don't need to use a ton of glue, just enough to get a thin covering on the bottom. And remember, when you press it down onto your lid, it'll spread out a little bit. And then just a little bit of glue on the bottom of your critter, whatever, if it has feet. I know the owl has like a little log. Wherever it is, so you get good contact, good coverage with the glue, and then a good concrete contact between the critter and the lid. So again, make sure it doesn't poke over the edge of the lid. This is the time to arrange your critters wherever you want to go. Put the lid back on your glue and set it aside because you're going to need it later. And then while the glue is still wet, you're going to want to take your jar and just make sure you can place it onto the lid and all the critters fit inside and nothing sticks over the edge. Now, it's really important that you leave this to dry for at least a day. It needs to give time for the glue to cure. The longer you leave it before you do the next step, the better. 24 to 72 hours would be best. Once your critters have cured with the glue, go ahead and fill your jar with enough water so that when you put the critter lid back on, it's all the way almost touching the top of the jar with water. Start with less and then check it and then add more, because you don't want to add too much and then try and fit your critters in and then water goes all over your table. And you also want to make sure, that seems to be about right, you also want to make sure that you leave enough room to add your glitter. Make sure you've checked that your animals and tree fit and then add your glitter, because if you add your glitter and then check and you have too much water, you'll lose some of your glitter when you have to pour the water out. So just carefully add your glitter to the water. There's nothing else to it. You just add glitter and water. And then once you've got all of your glitter emptied out of your bag, you can wipe off your table. I'm sorry, the glitter is just going to get everywhere. I just need you to know that. Now we are going to glue our lid to our jar. This is the time where more glue is better than less. You are going to want to use lots of glue to make sure that you have a complete seal, a layer of glue that is going to work as the seal to attach the lid to the jar and make sure it stays watertight. So you want to get a good thick bead of glue all the way around. There's this nice orange part on my lid. That's where I'm putting the glue, where the part of the metal lid that actually makes contact with the glass. That's the other good thing about this E6000 glue. It's an industrial glue, and it will hold metal to glass. Then I take the outer band part of the lid and just screw it tightly on to make sure that the glue gets well distributed. That should very well seal the lid to your jar. And then I'm going to take the rest of the glue and put it just on the inside of the band part of the lid. You can see I'm kind of aiming for the corner there. I want to make sure that there's plenty of glue to serve as a seal This is what's going to make the water stay in your jar when you flip it over. The mason jar should kind of naturally seal on its own when it's closed, but the glue is what makes it permanent. So you can see I've got a thick band of glue all the way around that inside corner of the jar. And then I'm just going to tightly screw the band back onto the jar. This is also the time when some of the glue starts to leak out. You can use your finger or a paper towel and you can wipe away the excess glue that will probably come off the top when you are screwing the band part on. And then you can go ahead and put your glue away. Again, this part, very important. You want to let it dry at least overnight. 24 to 72 hours is the cure time on that glue. And then you can see here what a beautiful little snow globe we made. If you have any questions, you can comment on this video or contact us through social media. I would love to see what you guys make, and I will see you next time.